Hey, what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 162, and we're recording on October 25th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. The Discord link is discord.gg/SojuTalk.
Wow.
Yes.
What an easy to remember link.
In terms of announcements and sponsors and all that stuff around here, no sponsor this week, but it is my sister's birthday today, so shout out to her. She was here, she left earlier. And then also a big shout out to our new patrons. We have one at the Fiesta tier, Alex, aka Genki Boy. And we also have one at the Fuego tier, which is Shannon, aka Cocoholic. So shout out to them.
Thank you.
Boom.
Thank you
Thank you
for your support.
All right, but we're now at part 1 of SojuTalk episode 162. We're going to talk about 4 big new releases, Truce's Spicy Song King, and hit you with them music show winners. Let's get it. 4 releases this week. Actually, 4 significant songs, right? The first one came out on Tuesday, October 19th. It's IU's Strawberry Moon. She is from Edam. Debut 2008. Last 3 songs were Lilac, Coin, and Celebrity. 87 music show wins as a soloist. This song got a certified all-kill on the 20th and a perfect all-kill on the 23rd.
Wow.
Power
So-
of IU.
As expected, Koreans are eating the song up, right? It is an IU song. I think that IU songs have an extremely high floor. Like, I like to talk in terms of floor and ceiling in terms of expectations.
Right.
Even IU songs that don't hit real hard are still very good songs, just because of the production team, the selection of songs, that kind of deal. This is a song that's essentially, to me, like a glorified IU B track that ended up as a title track.
I agree with that. I very much agree with that.
I think a lot of these IU songs feel like very iconic, right? There's different eras of IU. These songs are very memorable, different concept thing. This one just feels like hey, I released something, hey, right? And that's what it is.
Right. Oh, no. I feel like it was just kind of boring. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. I'm trying to not say that, sir. But you said
I'm trying to be explicit here. I don't know. It's not bad per se. I agree with you in the general aspect, right? It's like easy listening. I see you got Spindrift. They got Water.
It's so much better.
No.
It's so much better.
No.
Look, I do feel like it was like a B-side in the aspect where like there's not a killer moment or like IU doesn't flex their vocals incredibly. It's not like she has a lot of character in this track either. I'm getting less of like, oh, the IU magic, it's there, but like it's also not kind of not. Like I could
Mild.
imagine, right. I could imagine this song by Taeyeon too, or like
Oh,
other
yes,
artists too,
yes.
right? So I don't know. Overall, I this doesn't hit for me. Not gonna lie. I understand why it's popular, but like,
I
if
agree.
someone were to say, "Oh, Strawberry Moon is my favorite IU track,"
I would be judging. I'd be judging. Low key.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's not like it's a bad song. It's fine. It's easy listening. It's good.
Yeah.
It just doesn't hit really. Anita, I feel like you kind of agree with us on this.
I very much agree with that. And I also feel like, for me, the big appeal of the song was the music video. Because
A lot of acting.
visually, yeah, like a lot of very, very nice visuals. I love the lighting. I don't know, it had a very like mystical, fantastical vibe to it. And it was very fitting to the title of the song, the vibe of the song. So I don't know, I like the overall concept behind it, but yes, it's not a song that I will be like looking for, searching
It ain't
for,
a slapper.
listening.
Nope.
Yeah. And I feel like you can get that with IU. For sure you can get that, but it's not this song, I don't think.
It's not a slapper. It's like a mild tap.
No, yeah. But this is the most like flirtatious acting I used on in a music video, right? I was like, damn,
It was nice.
This nice acting.
It's nice.
I don't think there's all too much to say about this song, to be honest with y'all. Like, it's a good song. If it comes up, I ain't gonna switch the track, but I
Yeah,
don't
you
feel like
won't
I'll be
skip
searching
it.
up this one. Even though I am a really big IU fan. Yeah.
It does feel like a bit of a letdown given how much I was excited about Lilac and all the releases that came from that track. I'm sorry, that album. A lot of B-sides on that album felt a lot more interesting than Strawberry Moon. I'm not gonna lie, where like Strawberry Moon I feel like has a lot of lazy arrangement choices. Like the hi-hat, like they had trap hi-hats in there. I'm like, that doesn't fit. Why are you doing that? It's just generic. So I understand why it's popular, but at the same time, like, is this what I've been waiting for?
No.
IDK, yo, I don't know.
All right, let's move to the second song. So Friday on the 22nd, we had 17 with Rock With You. So they are from Pledis, right?
Yeah.
Pledis, yep. I forgot for some reason. Debuted 2015. Last 3 songs were Ready to Love, Home Run, and Left and Right with 42 music show wins so far. This to me is a big return to form for them. If we think about the last 3 songs, for me, Left and Right and Home Run were kind of the dark era for them. I think they were diverting from the 17 formula that really carried them through like 2019, 2020-ish time. I think 2019 in particular. Ready to Love, I thought was a pretty good song, but for some reason, it just feels like it didn't gain that much traction at all.
I forget about it, to be honest.
Exactly. This one seems like it hits pretty hard, sort of like the 17 songs, and I kind of like it. I think it's very good.
Catchy.
Yeah.
Very catchy.
It has a really good melody. Like, it's very emotional. It's like catchy. It's like it has everything you need in a chorus. This is good. Yeah.
You got more to say?
That was cue for one.
That was Anita.
Yes, well, actually,
we're playing soccer
I did want
here.
to say something about the melody and I guess a little bit of the quality of the sound, right? Because when I first listened to it, and I was like, this is very boppy. I like it, and I felt it sounds a little familiar. Where have I heard something similar to this sound? And the first thing that came to mind was that I guess this is kind of in the same genre as that Justin Bieber, Kid Laroi.
Stay.
Yeah, the collab they did.
Whoa.
Yeah, like not exactly the same because I think they had a little bit more synth sound in their song, but in this one is more rock bass, right? Like more guitar, more bass. So I just felt like there was some similarities there. Maybe it's in the progression of the chorus and the song. I don't know.
It gives off same vibes for sure.
Yeah,
It does. Both of those tracks have more like a modern take, a pop-friendly take on the emo kind of vibe.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And this is a bigger nod than Kid Laroi and Justin Bieber in the aspect where they like actually, take a lot from the band bass sounds and like rock music and whatnot. Although I still feel like we're still leaning heavily into the pop side rather than the rock side. If you have stuff like TXT, that's the stuff they've released in the recent couple months, and then
yes,
if you look
I
at
thought
this,
of that too.
right? This is definitely a lot more pop-ish, and like it feels like a good mix between mainstream K-pop and emo rock, whereas TXT went stronger into the emo route. So like, I'm not saying one's better than the other. It's just like, which do you prefer? You have a big buffet here.
Slightly different. Yeah.
Right? Do you want the orange chicken or do you want the Mongolian beef? I'll take the Mongolian beef, sir. Thank you
Same.
very much.
Shout out to Panda Express. That being said, dancing's on point in this one. The vibes are good. They sing with the very rock style, which I'm happy they did because they could have just doubled down and done a K-pop thing, but it fit the genre of song that they released, which I applaud them for. I really hope that the 17 hype machine goes back, like stays on the rails we're on now, right? We got something cooking here again. That left and right home run era, I just couldn't handle it, honestly.
I didn't even like the clap era.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't like it, but I'm liking what they're doing now. And I
For
will
sure.
admit, the last track is a little forgettable, but this I feel like is a lot stronger and a lot more impactful.
Yeah, I'm hoping that 17 because technically speaking, they're like second or third biggest K-pop guy group, right? Like it's like BTS, them, and NCT at the top, for sure. So
Yeah.
I'm happy that the music's matching the expectation now again. All right, let's move to the songs that came out today on the 25th. The first one is the debut of bugAboo with bugAboo. They are from A-Team Entertainment. They debuted right now. No songs, no music show wins. This is Ryan Jun's group, right? This is his baby.
Correct. Warren's face.
Okay, there is a lot going on this song, right? There's a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the song. I think that the chorus is very catchy, right? That bugaboo part, and then the bugaboo, 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 bugaboo. I kind of like that thing, and I personally don't like self-branding in the songs. You know how I have qualms with aespa doing all of the self-branding in there? They did even more in this one, right? We just said the name a gajillion times. I feel like Mr. Jun is trying way too hard right now. Like, I don't know. Warren, you wanna go?
He's struggling.
Here's the thing. Okay, I'm looking at my notes right now, right? Because like the way I structure my own notes is I have bullets for every track that we cover, and then the first bullet is like the genre classification of that track, right? Like for IU, I wrote easy listening soft pop rock track. 17, I wrote emo touch rock baked pop track. Here, I wrote a marketing track for the marketing of the group. I mean, like, it's like that's what it.
It's a theme song. It's a theme song,
essentially. And like, I guess if you get down to that, go for it. But
it's
like,
not a terrible idea, I guess.
I guess, but like, when the song feels as shallow as it gets, like as shallow as this, I do feel like production aside, theming aside, everything aside, I just find it difficult to concentrate because like every moment I'm just like, oh, it feels like I'm watching a glorified advertisement, which to a degree that's whatever everything in K-pop is. I get it, but at the same time, this is too much. This is too much, sir.
A little over the edge,
right? And it's not like I've had a great time with the track either. Like I do feel like some of the stuff they did with the track, like the artificial brass they had in the beginning with the synth.
I did not like that.
Oh no, it sounded bad. It sounded bad.
I was very confused by that.
Yeah, and it felt like they were like forcing in the Western trope trend. The what's Doug's term for it? Kimchi Western. It felt like they were plugging that in because they know it's kind of trendy, along with school uniform because they know it's kind of trendy.
Okay, can I talk about concept thing? It looks a lot like Luna's YY by Y subunit. The plaid outfits and in terms of the way they film some of the stuff, it comes off very Luna-esque to me. They used that equestrian set that was also used in that Chunga song that we've seen a couple times, that domed roof. The concept thing's a little bit abstract like Luna does. They also like I didn't know what concept they were going for until the end when they were literally fighting like Ghostbuster style.
At the end, yeah.
Right. But like throughout the beginning, I'm like, what is going on here? Like I just saw a bunch of horror movie tropes, and I'm like, is this for Halloween? But then it was like a whole ghost theme at the end, and they did a lot of the things I really dislike with rookie girl like debut songs. Number one, shadows, too many shadows, right? Number two, they wanted to show off the choreography. I can understand you wanting to do that, but you sacrifice close-up shots by doing that. So I don't really know what your members are, like who they are, you know? I think that's a sacrifice there. Now, I know some of the members in this group. We got Eunchae and we got, I think, Chohyun, something like that.
Chohyun's in this group?
The Fire Eyes girl. She's in this.
Oh, boy.
She's in this. Those two girls are in this. I know those two. There's another girl who's on Produce. I don't remember her name off the top. Even though I know who those kids are, I was like, is that her? Like, is that her? Like, it was just because the styling was so crazy.
I will admit, personally speaking, I don't know much about makeup. You know, I know what eyeliner is. I know what lipstick is. I know what blusher is. That's about it. But I will admit, I don't know. Something about them felt a little scary with the makeup. Like
it was very dramatic.
It felt very strong in a kind of a disturbing way. And I don't want to dramatize this a little too much, but like I don't know. Was it just me?
I don't know if it was makeup or if it was a combination of a lot of things, right?
Okay.
Because for me, I was like, okay, we're going for a very contrasting of elements, right? In a lot of the outfits. Some of the outfits made sense. I think some of the like really dark outfits, I guess like all of the pieces within one outfit were like, okay, this could go together. But in other shots, I was like, what are they wearing? What's going on here? And then plus the background was also really colorful. A lot of stuff going on. There was like this tree with like holographic strings. I don't know they were like colorful strings on the back of that tree. I don't know. It was very odd. So I feel like there was a lot of contrasting things that didn't seem to go together, but it felt like it was done purposefully to not go together, to make it more interesting. I don't know. I just feel like we didn't have to do that, or maybe we could have stopped a little bit earlier and not do too much. But I don't know what happened there.
I really like the girl who's the lead vocalist though, Rainy. I really like
Yeah,
her
it's a good
voice.
voice. Yeah.
The one who sings the beginning of the chorus is sort of like the equivalent of a Nyan spot. That girl has a really good voice. I wouldn't say it's like a fantastically skilled voice, but it sounds really good on this track.
She has a good tone.
Yeah, her tone's really good for this.
Right.
So, let's talk about the bigger. Oh, you guys got more to talk about the song?
One more thing before we move
Go.
on, because I want to go back to one thing you mentioned earlier. Like it feels like we're doing too much, right? It feels like we're doing something that everyone's doing, or people think everyone likes. All the tropes, all the trends in the video, in the song. Like we also have that like slow down break we didn't talk about.
Yeah, I did not like that.
Right, and like look. I get you want people to like this, but you got to commit to a couple things and go with it. Not you know what I mean? Like you can't
Simplify a little. Yeah.
Right. You can't be that like one nice dude that morphs his personality for everyone he meets. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have a
Trying
bit
to
of
please a lot of
background.
people.
Right. You don't want to be a people pleaser. You want to be an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's
Okay.
talk about
There
it.
are 4. I have a list here, right?
Okay.
I got 4 rookie girl groups who are not from big 3/4 companies. I want to
Okay.
rank how we feel about their debuts, right?
Okay.
We have this one, bugAboo.
Okay.
We have Like Some with Vanilla, Stacy with So Bad, and then it's Purple Kiss with Panzania, I want to say was the title track of that one. But you could also group in Zombie in that one, right? Because that's the more recent track from them.
Do we really want to include Stacy in this tier list?
No. The reason you have to include Stacy is because Ryan John is competing with Black Eyed Peas
As producer, creator.
as producer creators
everything.
of groups. That is his direct competition. And
Yes.
honestly, he's losing right now.
Yeah, you just can't compare two completely different playing levels here.
You're not that guy. It just feels very different levels. If you compare this bugAboo song to So Bad, it's just like 2 totally different vibes coming off of him.
And it's not like Ryan John's the bad producer.
No, he's
No,
right.
he does good stuff.
If people give him flack, it's for his controversy, as in the stupid stuff he said outside of like official media. He is a talented man. He has a talented group of people. I don't know where it fell apart because I don't know. I don't go to their meetings. I don't work for A-Team Entertainment. But like, it ain't working, fam. It ain't. I don't know.
I think it just was a little too much, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were
Look, I don't know
too
what
big of
the
a
4.
bite.
I don't know how to rank the 4 you mentioned, but I do know for sure Stacy's going on top. This is at the bottom.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
My order is I'm going to put Stacy by far 1, like country mile 1. And then after them, I think Purple Kiss has been pretty good as so far.
Okay.
They're getting a good amount of traction. I like their stuff. And then it's between, if I had to choose between the bugAboo stuff and the Vanilla thing, I think that Vanilla and bugAboo are about the same level.
No, I would argue Vanilla is on another level on top of bugAboo. bugAboo's just
Oh.
not good. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is not how you want to begin your career. Like, I'm sorry.
Huh.
I apologize to all the big bugAboo fans out there. What's your fan name?
But I mean, I have, how
You
should I
don't
say
have one
it?
yet.
I feel like this was a little too much, right? Like it was a little overwhelming. I feel like if we sparse through it, I could feel like this could have been a little different. If in the next song they kind of simplify it down a little bit more and concentrate on one route, right? Instead of doing a lot of different things at the same time, it could definitely work. Because I don't doubt the producing skill. I think
This is
it's
decision
there.
making.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know what happened along the time.
My concern
Yeah.
is
so?
Ryan John has been pretty involved in the Luna stuff as of late, and his stuff with bugAboo, at least this song, is sort of reminiscent of the lore heavy approach that Luna goes with, and that concerns me.
I mean, no, everyone does lore nowadays. Everyone's about lore nowadays.
Yeah, but the Luna lore's in a different level.
I
Fair.
definitely agree. Luna's on a whole different level. I don't think this is anywhere close.
Yet.
You think it's gonna get to that?
I think it's going to get.
Oh, are we gonna get a bugAboo verse?
I mean, he's already kind of like, there's already like mirrors of the concept thing in terms of the plaid outfits, because that was the YY, that's their whole thing.
I mean, look, the guy.
And there's a lot of in the music video, like they look out at the distance and they pan the camera. We're already getting a lot of that. That's like a Luda special, you know.
So we're gonna get a ghost hunting mythical universe.
Ghostbusters.
We might. Ryan Jun seems to like this heavy lore heavy approach.
Look, all I'm gonna say is go make your lore, add your plot, give them characters, do it how much ever you want, but make a good song first and make a good music video first.
Oof. Okay.
Before doing anything else. So
let's move to the last song. NCT 127's favorite, and in parentheses it has Vampire. They are from SM, debuted 2016. Last 3 songs from 127 were Sticker, Punch, Kick It. 23 music show wins so far. This is an interesting track. This
is a frustrating track.
Very retro sounding. I ain't saying super retro, but it sounds like older SM boy group stuff. Sort of reminiscent to me of the EXO sound, older EXO sound. I thought that was very heavily in there. Mm-hmm. But I think there's like the SM thing lately is to kind of like zombie songs together. I feel that the pre-chorus and the chorus sound like one song. I feel like the verse sounds like something else. And then I feel like the breakdown is a Skrillex song.
Let's talk about the breakdown in a second, because that is one of the worst creative choices I've seen come out from SM in a long time.
Okay.
Everything else, you mentioned 2 parts of the song, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The one part that feels a little deeny, a little poppy, a little XOE and a TVXQE kind of deal. You know, the chorus and all that. That part, I don't know, felt a little retro.
I liked it though. I liked
it too. I liked it too. It felt a little outdated, but you know what? I like it. I like it. The other part that I didn't like was the verse and the intro and all that.
I 100% agree.
Anita, you agree with me, right? It sounds just like Chris Brown.
Look at me now.
Look at me now. Look at me now. You go listen to Look at Me Now.
It's that sound sample.
It's the same sound sample. And I'm like, you didn't do anything different. You didn't do anything different except add worse rap. And it's not, it's very difficult to be worse than Chris Brown at rapping. Let's be honest. Like, why? Okay. Last time we talked about Sticker, my biggest redeeming thing about Sticker was, hey, look, they're really good at rapping now. Where did that go? Where did that go? Where did it go? Why is it not here? Bring it back! It just disappeared. There's like no flow for some reason. Is it just me?
Choppy,
it doesn't me, or does it just it drags on too, right? Like it just keeps going.
Like what a rum? What is this? Look, I don't know, man. Like everything about this. Sorry, Anita, go. I can't speak.
Oh dang!
It's a big of a letdown, man.
Well, okay. I definitely agree with what you're saying about it. The retro sound. I dated it to like early 2010s, late 2000s vibe in that same like Chris Brown sound that I heard, and there was like these drums in the chorus that I thought like, oh, I feel like I've heard this in like, I don't know, Overdose by EXO, maybe something similar. That's the song that I thought of with EXO as well. And to be honest, I don't mind that because I was like, oh, this is kind of reminiscent of that sound. I liked it. It does sound a little outdated, but I guess there's some twist in there with the concept and styling now. But I don't know. There were certain things where like, I like it maybe individually, but when it was all together, I was a little confused. And that also involved like the concept, right? Because there's a lot of different shots, a lot of different sets. And I feel like we were looking at different videos, maybe like different shots of different videos that could have happened with this one song, but they were all cut together, and I didn't see how they connected very well. I don't know. And then that bridge was wow. Did not see that coming.
No, are you talking about the dance break?
The dance break.
Okay. Do any of you guys like it?
No.
I'm glad. Why did they do it?
I don't know.
Why did they do it? Do they need to like flex that the fact that can dance every second they move? No, right?
I don't know. To be honest,
We already know they can dance.
Yeah, they know they can dance. Yeah. The thing I thought of, right, was when I heard the dubstep stuff coming in that breakdown. I thought, like, was this song written way back when? And it didn't actually get taken by an artist until now.
Okay. I'm looking up the producer. Rodney Jenkins, aka I believe Dark Child is his other name.
Yes.
He has worked on, like, I'm looking at his singles list, right? The songs that popped off for him. Most of them are like between like the year 2000 to 2015 is when he was in his
That makes sense.
heyday of production.
I'm looking at names like Ludacris, Natasha,
Ciara.
Yep.
Tamia,
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez, Destiny's Child,
Mary J. Blige, I'm seeing 3 6
Maroon
Mafia.
5.
Yeah. So
Look.
it does sound like that.
And it's fine to have that sound and bring that to the table.
Yeah.
But it's another thing to just literally do the same thing Chris Brown did 10 years ago.
Yep.
And I don't think Rodney Jerkins is gonna listen to the
Jerkins,
podcast. Hope you're having a good day, man. I don't think you were having a good day when you wrote the song, but
But
hey,
no, but
man,
actually,
like,
it does make me wonder, like, was this song written a while ago, right? Because, there's producers give these songs, right, to
Right.
companies, and they listen to them, and sometimes they keep them, and the companies don't actually give them to an artist or a group until a while after. So I feel like, did that happen
Okay.
to this song?
well
Where, like,
then, if that's the case, then I gotta move my blame to SM Entertainment. Why'd you wait 10 years to release the track?
exactly. I feel like it seems a little odd.
Right. I guess it's possible that this may have been originally an EXO track that was supposed to release.
That
2011
would
or
make
so?
sense to me, yeah.
Right. That could have been the case. You do have a point, because like that's the way SM does things, right? Like they have a song pool, they do song camps, and they have a huge library of samples, unreleased tracks, unfinished, tracks, demos, and all that, and then they pull from that. And sometimes stuff is new, sometimes stuff is old. Maybe this was old. I don't know. Fact of the matter is, I'm listening to it in 2021. I'm not gonna go back in time to listen to this new NCT 127 track. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta look at it from the lens of 2021. I can't. I don't have like
So
a time machine over here. Like,
overall, the sticker into favorite combo, right? The album into the repackage. Oof, right?
dude, I like Sticker
I-
better than this.
Me too.
I agree. Sticker's a better song. I 100% agree with that.
And it's not like we liked Sticker either. Like,
No, I think
No.
Sticker's better. All right. The other songs this week: Infinite's Nam Buhan released Calm and Passion. CL released Taya Cherry. Super Junior's Eunhyuk released B. CM Blue finally had a comeback with Love Cut. That's an interesting song and music video. It's Western themed, but instead of guns, they have scissors and they're cutting strings. It's kind of weird. You should go watch it.
Interesting.
Kingdom released a song called Black Crown. The DJ Snake, Ozuna, Megan Thee Stallion, and Lisa song called SG came out. They kind of like edited Lisa in, clearly at certain points. And then Epic High released Face ID featuring Geary Boy, Shike, and Just This today.
nice.
All right, Spice
track, by the
King.
way.
Warren has something to mention.
Yes. We are on the movement right now to rename
Search.
the Harold's Homies, right? Frankly, we didn't plan this out correctly, but at the same time, a lot of you guys sent us great ideas.
Thank you.
I appreciate actually how much you guys have said, to the point where I was not able to go through all of them. We will go through all of them. We're gonna pick out, I don't know, say about like 9 or so, and then we're gonna do a poll internally. We have some nice stuff in there. My personal favorite is Gochu Gang by Ellie.
I like Gochu Gang or Soju Bombs. I think those two are fun.
Gochu Bomb's okay. I personally like Gochu Gang, and then the what's the other one? Glucose Guardians. I don't know. It's just sticks to your mouth. Glucose Guardians.
All right.
Guardians.
So, yeah, we're gonna get some things together. Then we'll get a vote going, and then we will choose the name of the.
So if you're in the Patreon, go join the Discord temporarily. We'll let you guys know how it's going. In the
All right.
meantime, Soju chart, right?
Soju chart, because that is what the Harold Homies do influence. So the chart from last week was Espa Savage picked up its first crown. Second place was in Hypen's Tame Dash. Third place, Joe Yudi's Glassy. New songs are the 4 that we covered this week. So IU Strawberry Moon, 17's Rock With You, bugAboo's bugAboo, and NCT 127's Favorite. I have a chart.
chart.
switched a couple times, but I finally landed on something.
Oh.
Third place, I have IU Strawberry Moon in third. Just didn't slap too hard, but it is a good song. I switched second and first twice today, but I landed on it. So second place, 17's Rock With You. Have that one there. I think it's a good to great song, but it's not exceptional. And then in first place, the song that I've been listening to still all the time, Espa Savage. I listen to that song like 5 times a day.
Oh, what a surprise!
That is the
Still.
correct choice.
I've been watching. You know how I know I'm deep into Stacy and Espa right now because I'm watching their variety stuff, and that's the measure of how much I'm into them.
Have you seen them on Knowing Bros yet?
Not yet. That was I'm
Okay.
gonna watch that tomorrow, I believe.
Have fun. I haven't seen it yet, but
All right, so that's my chart. Anita, hit us with yours.
I'll start from the top because I agree, and I also have been listening to Espa Savage still. I don't know if it will last till next week, low key, because it's on its way out. But out of these songs, definitely up there for me. Still really like the Novice part, my favorite part. I love you, Novice. Yes. Second, I also have 17. Rock
Okay.
With You. I don't know. I really liked it. I really liked the music video, the editing, the sets. I thought were really, really cool. They also did like this collage edit for a lot of the transitions, which I like. I think it has like a very, what is it? Old school vibe. I feel like I've seen that before. In third place, though, this is I have a hard time with third place.
is it Chima Bottom?
No. My question is, do I want to choose a song that is weird, that is a little odd, but that has some parts that are interesting, not everything is amazing? Or do I want to pick a song that was safe, but not necessarily something that I would listen to a lot, that I would search for?
You've already chosen Savage. You can't. What are you talking about?
There's another weird song here.
Is it in Hypin and IU, or are you doing NCT and IU? It's one.
I was between NCT and IU, low key. I feel like there are a lot of things I was conflicted about with the NCT song. I do feel like the vocals do some redeeming for it, especially in the chorus. And I don't, how should I say it? I don't want to say that it's bad to bring back sounds that have already happened before, because you can't always be like innovative and bring out something completely new that nobody has heard before. That's really hard. And I don't think it's bad to do that. But I do feel like I did question some of the bits and pieces. Regardless, I will put it in third for this week.
Fair.
Just because I want to see how it pans out. I think live stages have not come out yet either. And I was a little confused with the choreo too. I was very interested to see if there was any performances, because the choreo was interesting. So I'll put it there for now. But I don't think it's going to stay there for a while.
Okay.
The thing with NCT 127 and their vampire favorite track is, I mean, I did say a lot of negative things about it, but that's not saying there's no redeeming qualities about it. I think the builds up and the chorus is kind of fun. The whole, like, there's like an airy synth that plays on top of everything. I feel like I would guess people are very divisive of that. I kind of like it.
Is it like the whistle sound that people think?
That thing
Yeah,
on the top.
people call it a flute.
Flute? Okay, sure. Flute, whistle, synth, triangle, whatever you want to say. That was kind of nice. I liked it. I liked how, like, it was a nice airiness contrast to, like, an overly compressed vocal mix they had with, like, NCT, and that was pretty cool. I liked it. It's not on my chart though, because everything else I don't like about it is enough to say I don't like it. Yeah, bugAboo's not on the chart either. I'm sorry.
I see.
So that pulls me down to the three couple artists that we've all been mentioning. So that's IU on third, right?
Yep, it has to be.
I don't dislike
Nice,
it. You know,
nice.
it's nice. It's nice. I don't think this will last long, but at the same time, hey, you know, it's a decent track. I like her voice. It's very general public friendly. Can't complain.
Yeah.
Savage by Espa. I've been an avid supporter since its initial release. I've had my good run with it. I've had a good run with it. I've had fun. It's, you know, but it's kind of falling behind me now. I went back to listening to Just Sophie, but I'm putting it on second, which, you know, it's not bad. It's
Okay.
Don't. Second is still pretty good. I'll have silver medal is a very good medal in the Olympics, Anita. Don't act sad and be happy for your.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm a Mai. Haha. That leaves S17 on first with their track. It was fun. I liked it. I do think it was return to form, but in a almost modernized way, and I can't complain about anything like that. So.
All right. The homies had 17 Rock With You in first place. They gave it 36 points.
Oh.
In
Nice.
second place, they had IU with 27 points.
Oh,
and in
okay,
third
okay.
place, they had Espa with 16 points. So the three
Oh.
songs that we keep talking about too.
Fair.
So I totaled up the points. First place this week, picking up its first crown, is 17's Rock With You, 16 points.
Nice.
Second place, Espa Savage with 14 points. And in third place, IU Strawberry Moon with 5 points. Boom. I feel like everyone this week agreed on those three songs. It just came down to the ordering of them. All right. Let's move on to show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have two big winners. We have Espa with Savage picking up some wins on Show Music Core and in Kigayo. So they're up to 6 total wins this comeback. Congrats to them. And then in Hypen with Tame Dash, one on the show Champion, and M Countdown. So a total of 3 wins so far for them. Congrats to them.
Boom.
Congrats,
Two big
congrats.
names getting some wins. In terms of the Spice King next week, sometimes I preview it. So many songs next week again. Tuesday,
October.
there's like Bull 4. Wednesday, Wonho, Ailey, and then Thursday, Park Ji-hoon. Friday, Somi, and then
Yeah,
on Monday,
Somi.
2 a.m. and the Boys. Like 2 a.m. They're making a comeback. That's
still
kind of
on
crazy.
track.
Yeah. But this has been the part 1 of Soju Wait, I don't know what I'm saying. We will now end part 1 of SojuTalk episode 160. I almost ended the whole pod. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We did not end the show because we are back at it with part 2. SojuTalk episode 162. We're going to talk about some recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. The first one is kind of big if they finally do fully confirm it. It's not fully confirmed, but on October 21st, Mail Business newspaper reported that CJ E&M would be acquiring SM Entertainment. The outlet reported that while CJ E&M would be taking SM Entertainment executive producers Lee Soo-man's status as the company's largest shareholder, Lee Soo-man would continue to carry out the role as the head who directs the company's content business. Lee Soo-man currently owns 18.73% of SM Entertainment shares. According to the report, CJ E&M assesses SM Entertainment's total value to be 3 trillion to 4 trillion won, which is approximately 2.5 billion to 3.4 billion USD. And they plan to buy Lee Soo-man shares at a price between 600 billion and 700 billion won, which is approximately
my
509 million to 594 million dollars.
That's so much money. I can't really tell how much money that is.
According to the news outlet, the two companies are also discussing the possibility of CJ E&M splitting their music business sector to merge with SM Entertainment. There's other things on the table as well. Like there are a bunch of business things that might happen. They might not buy all of Lee Soo-man's share, I heard was another thing. Some other stuff is going on. In response, though, CJ E&M stated, quote, "Nothing has been decided yet." And SM Entertainment stated, quote, "We are discussing with companies from various angles. The report about the signing acquisition contract going public is not true." So it might have happened, but there's no press release on it officially. That being said, they're not saying no. So it seems like this is pretty imminent.
Man, that's a
Wow.
pretty big move.
CJ.
It's massive.
Dang.
It's massive.
I don't know, man. It's like CJ they have a history of taking companies, acquiring them. sometimes they're very actively they actively kind of interfere with their activities. Sometimes they just let them be however they want. And this leads me to have a very mixed feeling about the whole situation, because people for instance, Highlight Music Records was, and I'm not talking about Highlight the group. There was a hip hop label called Highlight Music. There still is actually, and they were a part of CJ at one point. And Palo Alto, who has been the CEO of that company, has said on multiple occasions that CJ was very heavily invested in interfering with their day-to-day activities once Highlight wasn't making a lot of money. So that also means they were kind of, free about it in the beginning. CJ also has a history of they kind of started investing in the independent art house film industry in Korea. It started out as investing in a couple movies. A couple years later, they have the entire control over it. To the situation where multiple people have said their monopoly is a bit of a problem. And
yeah,
you see where I'm going with this,
yeah.
right? You see where I'm going with this, where they have control over so many different companies, right? I'm looking at their list. They have so CJ includes Mnet, Stone Music, Wake One Swing Belief Lab, Lap One, AOMG Higher Music and Label Culture at the moment. On top of so many other different entertainment venues, right? And you also have to think about Belief Lab being the partnership they have with Big
Hybe.
Hit Entertainment.
Hybe, yeah.
Hybe Entertainment. That's a lot of connections.
Yep.
A little too much, in my personal opinion.
Sort of like a monopoly, I think.
Right.
I would have
Not-
preferred if some big company was to buy it. It wasn't one that was already in music, to the extent that CJ is, right?
Right.
If it had been like Kakao buying it or something, I know Kakao has some music stuff going on, but not nearly as much as CJ does, right?
Right. And I saw a meme somewhere in the Korean internet that Samsung should buy it. Hey,
That would make more sense, actually. It would.
That would
That's
be
not
kind of
bad.
funny. It makes sense too. I don't know. I as much as I have a love and hate relationship with what CJ does, this feels a little concerning to me, personally
I
speaking.
agree.
They're a little too invested in everything now.
You know who benefits? Isuman's bank account, 500 million. It feels like he's trying to retire a little bit, right? Because he's kind of old. Hey, $500 million as a sort of retirement present. I'm down. That's kind of crazy.
Imagine the kind of mansion this guy has.
Oh, it must be nuts.
Mansions.
Mansions.
Oh, yeah.
He could buy a whole neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
SM Town, quite literally.
Literally.
That being said, it's not completely confirmed yet, but we keep hearing things, which means where there's smoke, there's fire. So it's probably gonna happen.
Gosh.
Right. Let's revisit it once it happens.
Yeah. Speaking of SM news, there was a oof this week, Anita.
A big one. So aespa's Giselle made an apology for lip syncing to a racial slur in a song. So 2 days ago, aespa uploaded a behind the scenes video of the jacket shoot for their latest song, Savage. Fans who watched the video noticed that while Giselle was mouthing the lyrics to SZA's Love Galore that was playing in the background, she had also mouthed the N-word that was part of the song. Then the video was deleted very soon after. And on October 25th, Giselle posted an apology about the matter on aespa's official Twitter.
Okay.
Did you guys see the clip?
I did not see the clip.
I did. I saw it.
You see it? Okay.
Yeah,
Is it pretty bad, Anita?
It's on the internet. Of course, the original was deleted. I found a couple of reaction YouTubers that had it, so I wanted to see it because I wanted to see is it really obvious? And it's pretty obvious.
So here's the thing. I like aespa. I'm a fan of Giselle. That being said, in all things, there's room for criticism. When people do wrong, you got to call them out on it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
It's not poggers. It's not good to do what she did. Additionally, she gets less leeway because she speaks English. You know
Fully
what I mean?
fluent. She knows.
She's fluent in English. She knows. She knows, right? I know you could say she's been in Korea too long. Everyone knows. Let's be real here.
It's hard to not know.
It's hard to not know. Additionally, the video editing, the content people who let this through are also at fault here, I think. It's just a failing on multiple levels. But on the individual level, kind of sucks that this happened, and it sucks that she did it. And there's no room to like
Justify
make
it
excuses.
anyway.
She did apologize. She'll probably learn from this, but like bad look.
I'm glad they apologized very quickly and didn't make a huge drag about it. They realize it's a bad thing to do, and you know, I mean, whether at the end of the day, whether an idol is really a good person or a bad person, we don't know. We're like we only see them through V Lives, stages, performances, music videos, all that, which is all carefully coordinated, calculated, and whatnot. And this is where the calculation and coordination kind of fell apart. So at the end of the day, at least give us the perception that you're a good person. And if,
Fool us.
Right. I mean, and better yet, just be a better person too. Don't make stupid mistakes like this.
Don't do that.
I think
on or off camera.
I think with the things that have happened in the United States over the last 12 months, it should be very apparent that this is a big no-no. You know, like even if you were super late to the game, right? Because of the stuff that happened in the last 12 to 18 months, everyone knows this is a no-fly zone, right?
And
like
usually, I am the one who is speaking for the defense of the Koreans. Koreans knew this was happening. This was all over their news output too. Like they saw this happening. Everyone was like, "Why are the black people so angry?" Oh, that's why they're so angry. That was a whole thing. The conversation happened.
Yeah.
Why did we forget? It's not been that long. Are you a goldfish?
this is a bad look. Not too
All
much.
right. Look. I'm willing to say she's still young. People make mistakes.
But we do call people out on their mistakes because that's the only way.
Like, yes, the apology is good. It's good that she made it. Do I think a lot of it had to do with some push from the outside? I think so. But I guess I think it's good that it's a learning experience and there's something, right? Like some recognition, like, hey, you did this, please don't do it again. Like we can definitely see that you understood what was going on. There's no justification for it. And I don't know, I feel like it has happened before, not only to her. I don't feel like she's the only person that has done this.
Yep.
Yeah, other people have done this, and they should also get called out, no matter their age, no matter what group they're from, what agency. It's just not cool. Don't do it.
All right, Warren. You know, aespa's doing a thing, but this cacao company's trying to do it even bigger.
Oh, that's a whole thing. This is a whole thing.
Yeah.
This is more tech news, if anything, that has a sprinkle of K-pop. Because we're talking about Kakao Entertainment investing in Netmarble FNC, which is a Korean gaming company, and their subsidiary called Metaverse Entertainment to launch a virtual K-pop idol group. That's a whole thing now, right? Like, so what the report says, there was a strategic investment that is said to be a mutual partnership between Kakao Entertainment, which is the general entertainment subsidiary under Kakao Corporation, and Netmarble, which is an independent gaming company largely considered to be one of the Korean gaming big three.
Okay.
People might know of this company in the K-pop sphere because the CEO of Netmarble is brothers with Mr. Bang himself.
Yep.
Oh.
This is the other Mr. Bang. This is the other
the
The
family.
little
Gaming
bang,
hitman? Right,
or the
little
big
bang,
bang.
little bang.
Little bang, big bang, one of the two.
Big Bang, Small Bang. So Netmarble is apparently bringing their meta-human technology, whatever that is.
Meta-human?
From their success of the video game Seven Great Sins Grand Cross, which Doug is looking up right now. Thank you for looking up the background information. I don't play mobile games. Kakao Entertainment, on the other hand, is bringing their ability to create and manage different characters and world-building IPs through webtoons, web novels, and obviously, as we all are aware, they are the owners of Melon, which produce and publish over 12,000 songs a year. So they have a lot of experience in terms of content management. Netmarble is building a platform, right? So the first project of the Metaverse project is reported to be a K-pop virtual idol group that is slated for debut in 2022, right? First of all, real quick, do we know what Metaverse is?
Explain it in like 2 minutes.
It's basically a virtual world where you have an avatar, right? You have your own virtual space, you know? It's a social network that replicates real
So
life.
it's like a social network that's sort of like a MMO video game, right?
Right,
Essentially.
right. Think about an MMORPG
Yep.
without any of the gaming
The
elements.
gaming stuff. It's just
Right,
I got a
it's more of
character. I exist in
it's-
the metaverse.
It's a social platform. Think about
Okay. Okay.
what
Makes sense.
Right. There was a couple American ones I forget. Like VR chat.
Club Penguin. No, I'm kidding.
no, literally.
Yeah, literally. It was.
About to join Club
Hotel
Penguin.
Habbo.
Oh, Habbo Hotel? Yeah.
Second Life. All those are metaverses, and this has been the biggest goddamn buzzword in the Korean tech news this year.
Recently? Okay.
Right. Especially because of COVID. Like, they're like, oh, we can't meet in real life.
Virtually.
Let's meet in the virtual. Yeah.
Right. I know that, like, rappers
mean-
have started doing concerts in the metaverse, apparently, and that's
No,
what-
it makes sense because we're playing New World, which is an MMO right now. And there's something fun about meeting up with the lads in the game because, like, I can't meet Wolf and Max in real life, but like we could start like teabagging people in the video game, and it's hilarious, Like,
What?
no, it's fun. Like, just meet up with the bros,
It's
Virtual bros.
virtual
right.
bros.
It's an immersive social platform. Think
Yeah, for
Facebook
sure.
on the next level, right?
It makes sense.
Next
Right.
level.
That being said, like the K-pop group, I saw some articles discussing this, and they're like, the issue with K-pop idols and groups is they're not perfect, right? That's the general flaw.
They're still
make
human.
mistakes. They're human. There's a human aspect to everything that happens. Their voice cracks. They get in scandals. They have human urges, things like that. But the whole argument is, if you like K-pop idols and you can't meet them anyway in real life because they're so far away, how is this any different than liking a virtual K-pop group, right? That's the argument here. And additionally, you like these idols and they're not real, so they can't make mistakes. So there's less liability. That's the argument I've been seeing floating around.
Right. I mean, you can almost take this as Korea's take on Love Live, almost. Doug,
Yep.
do you know what Love Live is?
I do know what
Anita,
that
do you
is. Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of it.
It's a whole franchise media mix in Japan that bases off of video games, anime, and there's a virtual idol group composed of a couple hundred kids, but they're anime kids, so like they don't make mistakes except when they're meant to
Yep.
For
right,
the
right.
story.
for the story. And I'm thinking that's the direction they might go in with this.
Yeah, but I saw some images of this metaverse stuff that they're trying to do. It's like almost hyper realistic.
Already, I was looking at the official release. There was nothing.
No, not on that one, but like in general, the tech sphere. They're
How
working
far
on
it can
technology. How far can it go? Like Uncanny Valley, things like
I
that.
feel like when it gets more hyper realistic, that's when things get a little bit more dangerous because you're blurring the line between like, oh, this
Reality.
is virtual, this is reality, right? And
Yep.
what you experience, what can you do there? What's okay? What's not okay? When it comes to like idols, right, and making a virtual idol, I agree with that. Where it gets a little iffy when you're seeing a virtual representation, right? But they're very much not human, right? Like they're made to be like perfect. They're made to be unrealistic in their aesthetic and everything, right? And I feel
That
like
comes with a whole bunch of issues.
and also like my question also came with the whole concept of aespa, right? And my concern was how the distance between audience and artist would shorten because there is no distance. Like you could just log on, you could just like the how should I say, like the connection would be very, very easy to make in this virtual world because there's no real limitation there as far as physical limitation. So I don't know. I think it's an interesting concept, but it can get a bit weird.
Well, I mean,
Go on.
that would be less of a concern if these characters are fictional from the get-go. Does that make sense?
I would hope so, but people are
I
odd.
would hope so too. Like,
People were also wondering if they're a K-pop group, will their voices be dubbed a la KDA, or will it be Vocaloid like
Vocaloid.
the stuff that's popular in Japan?
oh, they shouldn't. The Vocaloid quality is not good enough.
That's what
for
I'm saying.
this.
They should just get people to voice it, right?
Right.
that's how I
Go to
feel.
KDA route. Go,
Yeah.
do that. Don't actually.
That being said,
Vocaloid.
as long as I get my K-pop MMO, I don't give a crap. That's all I'm saying.
You want to be a part of them?
I
I
think you're
wanna be in
literally getting one soon, Doug.
I know.
Oh my god.
I'm having fun in New World, but who knows? I might have to jump ship at a certain point.
Gotta go Kwangya.
All right, other news. BTS is ending their distribution deal with Sony Music's Columbia Records and is heading to Universal Music Group, as confirmed by Variety. So this is actually a pretty significant move.
Cool.
The new partnership and licensing distribution deal is through Geffen, Ingrooves, and UGM. So it seems like this whole deal is based on personal relationships. I read that Bang PD never met the guy from Columbia Records once in person, never talked to each other.
Whoa.
And the new deal is mostly based on the good relationship between UGM CEO Lucien Grange, Interscope, Geffen, AMC CEO John Janik, Scooter Braun, Bang PD, and Hybe Global CEO Lorenzo Yoon, or I think it's Lenzo or Lorenzo, one of those.
Yoon.
Scooter Brown is still involved in all of this?
Yeah, because Scooter Brown got his company bought by Hybe, you remember?
Oh, right.
So he's the one who brokered the deal between them. He's like, these are my bros here at UMG.
That's all the bros.
Meet Bang PD. Bang PD's like, what's up? Let's make some money. And they became friends. And they're like, let's move BTS to UMG. And that's what happened.
Man. Imagine that first LinkedIn message. They're like,
That
Sup, bro?
Networking.
Sup, bro?
Networking.
But like, this is a crazy network of power players now.
Wow.
It's insane what they're doing.
oh, yeah.
The biggest loser in this, Sony Music Columbia Records taking all the Mels, right? Like, what you gonna do, fam? So that's that. Next one, JYP has officially begun to tease their upcoming girl group. They released a teaser entitled, quote, "We Are Squad," where the A is a 4. So people are guessing maybe there's 4 members, but other people were counting the things in the teaser. Some people were saying, oh, there's 6 things here, so there's 6 people. Who knows? The hashtags, though, were JYPN. I don't know what the N means. Grab your future, your next favorite girl group.
JYP Nation, maybe? JYPN?
JYP Nation, I believe. But, like, what if the group is just called Squad? I kind of
Oh,
like
man.
that name.
I
Squad.
hope not.
Squad? Squad?
Dude, aren't you in any group chats with the name Squad?
Yeah, I'm in a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine all your group chats now. They're going to make squad jokes all day. Like, dude, come on. I don't know. I don't know.
That being said, this is going to be super hyped. Where's the YG baby monsters, though? Like, come on. We've been hearing about them for years.
Don't know.
Finally, the Melon Music Awards, MMA 2021, will be held online on December 4th. More details scheduled and information will be released on November 3rd through MMA's 2021 teaser. So they are having the award show. All right, announced comebacks. We have Somi officially on the October 29th and Impact's Taeho on the 29th. On November 2nd, Vix's Leo. On the 3rd, we have Astro's MJ. On the 4th, Anita, we have TO1. On November 11th, we have BI. On November 12th, we have GOT7's Mark. On November 19th, Monsta X. And also in November, Tiara. And then finally, on December 10th, we have Monsta X's English album. So within like 2 to 3 weeks, they're doing 2 things.
Oh my gosh.
In terms of State of the Nation for me, a massive shout out to Shinboy, aka Matt, on the Discord. I've known him since we were in 1st grade together. I bought a 3070 Ti graphics card. That's the
Oh
expensive
yes,
one.
that chip.
No, it's not a chip, Anita. It's a big card.
I know.
It came in the mail. I tried to hook it up to my computer, replacing my 1070, so it's 2 generations older. My power unit was not powerful enough to power it because it's new. So I was like, big oof, what are we going to do? Matt's like, we might have to just build a new computer. And, I'm an adult now.
That one?
I have a little bit of expendable income. I told him, bro, you're coming down on Friday to see your parents. Buy whatever case you want, whatever power unit's going to work, and just bring them to my house, and let's do it.
Oh my god.
So he brought that. We took all the components from the original computer, put it in the new one, so I didn't have to re-download anything. So the computer is basically the same. It's just in a new case with a new power unit. It's working well, getting all the frames in the world.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
What have you been playing New World with it?
My frames. Okay, so in New World, I have 1440 monitors, right?
Right.
I was playing in 1080 to get more frames, so it was really blurry for the first 3 weeks. I'm now in the correct frames. I'm playing on like high, not ultra, but on high, and I'm getting like 100 frames.
Nice.
So it's going really well right now.
That's good.
Other than that, been playing New World with the homies. That's what we've been doing lately. My sister came over.
Dubs only.
It's not been dubs lately. I got a dubs. I gotta get some dubs in about an hour. Hopefully, we have to defend the most important city that we own. I really hope we hold it, or else I think we might implode as a faction.
The dubs then.
Yeah. That's about it though. Do either of you have anything?
Yeah. I actually have a couple things. Last Thursday we did a Girls Planet 999 stream.
It was
Pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
We gave all the hot takes. They were spicy takes.
Very some spicy takes. I'm not sure if I have the stream recording public on the Twitch or not. It should be, at least by the time you guys are listening to the show. Go check it out if you're interested. This Thursday I'm thinking about doing something casual, something chill, since we were very serious last week. One of our World Cups probably. Which also marks, this kind of goes into the State of the Nation conversation for today, but since GP999 is kind of taking a pause, sorry, not a pause, a full end. Right, we're at the last train stop. We'll be doing stuff again next week or the week after.
I think we said we were going to take one cool off week and just chill and talk about random things. Yeah.
Right, eventually we'll be doing stuff again. But until then, we're still doing stuff over on Twitch. We'll do stuff at Thursday. Look out on Twitter or Discord for the announcements. I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do yet. But it's gonna be something dumb. So if you want to hear me say dumb stuff, I've also been rewatching the Harry Potter series a bit. Right, I mentioned that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, how's it going?
Yeah, I've seen. So ever since then, I've seen the third movie, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay.
Fourth movie, The Goblet of Fire. Right. Fifth movie, The Order of the Phoenix.
Order of Phoenix.
Are the three.
Okay.
Right. Those are the three I've seen. It's a little different when you watch these movies as an adult, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's even more different because the first two movies were clearly kids' movies, right? They were like kids.
They were young.
Right, kids' adventure movie. You know, they're having fun. The movies are kind of warm.
Oh
and
no,
then,
Professor Quirrell's a bad guy.
Oh no! He has a bat on the back of his face.
Yep.
And then you go into the third movie, and like suddenly it's like a criminal is on the loose, and then you have these black cloak people walking around soaking people up. And the movie's like really dark too, and like watching. Okay, I went in expecting these movies to be just mediocre at best. Nah, these movies are good. Like the third one was really good.
Up, yeah.
No, yeah, they hold up really well. And I was like rewatching some of the scenes in the third movie actually, because like it was so well done. And then I saw the fourth movie, which wasn't amazing, but I still had fun. Right? I still had a lot of fun with it. And then I go into the fifth movie where like stuff is actually going down. I guess spoilers alert if you still haven't watched Harry Potter. But like Voldemort's back, they do all that kind of stuff, and I'm thinking like these are criminals, right? This is the adult Warren thinking again, because like these are the modern editions of Nazis. Like these are neo-Nazis, right? Like right, they're like the modern KKK people. Like they have that cone hat in the fourth movie. This is obviously a thing to that. And I'm thinking, like, these are literally criminals. Why aren't they killing each other? You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. Like, Bellatrix kills Sirius Black.
Yes.
And Dumbledore... Well, Voldemort tries to kill Dumbledore. But, like, why are none of the kids getting killed? They're, like, literally 15 or 14 years old.
Because it's rated PG-13.
I don't know, but these adults who are, like, very skilled at magic, apparently, right? They're, like,
can't kill these kids,
criminals.
right?
They're like, no, hand over the sphere. We're not going to kill you. I'm like, no, kill them and take the sphere. Like, what are you doing?
Here's the thing. If they just kill Potter, they win. You know? Like, they just kill him, it's over.
And I never get that, because, like, Voldemort is like, oh, I gotta kill the kid myself. Do it. You had so many opportunities. You were like standing in front of him. You were sitting in front of him. He was sitting in front of you while you were standing. Like you were giving him.
Wait, hold on. Warren, you've seen the last movie, right?
I've seen all of the movies. Yes.
Wait, but isn't there a plot thing where he can't kill Harry Potter in a way?
Well, but Voldemort doesn't know that.
At this point, he doesn't.
I thought he did. That's why he couldn't.
No. He has a dumb obsession with killing Harry Potter himself. That's a whole thing. And like and like Voldemort doesn't realize that Harry is a Horcrux until the very end, right? Like that's a whole thing, and that's fine. My question is, like, clearly Bellatrix has no problem killing Sirius. They're criminals. they're evil people. They're bad. They're bad guys. Why are the bad guys a little too nice with these kids? Like, are they like, oh,
Because
they're
it's
like,
rated PG-13.
Because it's plot armor, sir.
I'm just saying,
plot
like,
armor.
They're like, here's the thing, like, they should have been a little more persuasive to me in terms of like,
Okay.
Make
like-
one kid die.
like have one of the kids like kill off Luna. Like, you know what I mean?
No, don't kill her.
Okay, someone in the squad should have got wrecked, right?
Right.
No.
Okay, I was the entire time I'm rewatching. I was like, they introduced Luna in the beginning of the 5th movie,
Luna
right?
Lovegood, yes.
And I'm going like, that is like perfect setup to kill her off at the end of the 5th movie.
Because in all these movies, in all those sequel movies, you meet someone, and by the end of it, they die as a plot device, so you don't have to kill off any of the main squad.
Right. That's a whole
Yeah.
thing. And like,
Yeah.
see, Anita, the entire time I mentioned Luna, she's like, oh no, Luna's, everyone loves Luna. Yes, everyone loves Luna. That's why kill her off.
No, I hate
The emotional impact. And like, I get
hate
it.
tragic deaths for character development. That's a pet peeve.
Well, sure, but at the same time, it just lacks real. Like, they literally have wizard guns, and they're like, they're pointing at each other. They're like pointing at each other, and they're not using it. They're like, we're gonna shoot. Well, do it. Do it,
Maybe in the stream, you should just rant about Harry Potter for 2 hours.
dude. As much as I'm having a huge fun time rewatching all the Harry Potter movies, some of this stuff like just doesn't make sense. Also, I think Ron is an incredible character.
You like
You know
him?
what I mean? What?
Do you like him as a character then?
Oh yes, no, he's like a role model.
Oh, I
you should
don't
be
like him
like
that
Ron in
much.
your life.
What?
Find your Harry
Debatable.
Potter. Find your Harry Potter. Leech off of him, who's like very rich and is saving all your family. I'll find another opportunity to talk about that. We're getting Anita. How was your week? Did you have a fun week?
It's pretty fun. Watched the finale for Girls Planet, and on Saturday night as well, I caught up on the webtoon,
No,
the
webtoon?
Apple's webtoon. It's all going exactly like I wanted it to go. It's going according to plan. The plot devices, they're coming together. It's a great story. Once again, the title is After School Lessons for Unripe Apples. Great.
How many a week do they drop? 2?
One
One
in
one
a week
Okay.
on Saturdays.
Where does this publish?
Webtoon app.
I see it on Webtoon.
Is this the Naver webtoon app?
Yep.
Yes.
Naver should sponsor us. Anita's
They
been
should.
shouting you guys out every week.
All right. Let's talk about what a lot of people want us to talk about.
Half
The
an
finale
hour.
of
room.
Girls Planet 999. We ain't even gonna talk about the first half of the episode where they chose
No
the new
fluff.
song, the groups. None of the fluff. Get this out of here. The sentimental things in the dorm, the campfires. Get out of here. We ain't talking
They did
about
it.
that.
They did it. Who
Get out of
cares?
here. Get out of here. Skedaddle. All right.
Skedaddle.
What you want us to talk about is the final rankings, our reactions to the show. Let's do that. The final rankings ended up. Let's go first to ninth. First place, Chaehyun. Second place, Bahie. Third place, Yujin. Fourth place, Daeyeon. Fifth place, Youngun. Sixth place, Yeseo. Seventh place, Hikaru. Eighth place, Mashiro. Ninth place, Zhao Ting. Kids who went home: Yaning, Ryuchi, Bora, Yurina, Suyeon, Maya, Shana, Wonja, Hwang Chin-chao. It is what it is. The biggest thing that everyone talked about on the internet, whether you're in favor or if not, is Huning Bahia getting second place. That was the biggest thing that revolved outside of the show.
Look, sir, a little appetizer. We're just diving straight into the main
Doing
thing.
it. I don't got time. I don't got time. We've dragged this for 12 episodes. Let's just get to the meat of it.
Okay, tuning by here.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
This is my take on it. I am not a Huning Bahia anti by any means. I am fine with her being in this group. You know, I may not be the biggest fan of her, but you never end up with a group that is all 9 kids you want, unless you're really lucky, right?
Right.
I just think it was very shocking that she got second, given how she had placed through a lot of the show.
I agree.
That is my biggest take on this. I'm not saying that I disagree with her being second. I'm just saying that it was very shocking. I was expecting Shun Zhao Ting to be in top 2 with Chaehyun
Same.
at that point in the show. And I think a lot of people were like that too.
Anita, I feel like I want to hear your take on this. On tuning by making second.
Well, I was also surprised, to be honest.
Right.
If we had a little prediction game, right, of the lineup, she was not in my prediction, my top 9 prediction. Mostly because I thought, like, yes, the popular vote was very, very strong, but I didn't know that the push was going to be that strong coming in with the one vote, like the one pick votes, right?
Right.
Which I think is definitely where things shifted for a lot of the girls in a
Right.
lot of the voting. When the voting changed to only one, and there was no restriction as far as nationality.
Right. Well, let's save that for a bit, right? Because that's a whole nother conversation.
It is, yeah.
Right, right. And I want to bring it back to hitting by a little bit because at the end of the day, right, the whole show is about, at the end of the day, Girls Planet 999 is not about whether you're good at dancing,
Nope.
or whether you're good
Best
at,
singer.
right, a singer or whatever. The whole thing is about how much popularity you can gain in a limited amount of time.
12
And-
episodes.
Right, and shooting by apparently.
She won that.
Right, she has been the second place in terms of doing that throughout the entire show, and that's really great for her. Now, my question becomes, how, right? What are the reasons behind it? What are the justifications, the reasons behind it? And is it persuasive to all the people who are not Hyuning Bae fans? Because, like, if I'm looking at all the 8 other members of the new group Kepler, right?
Kepler. Yep.
Right? I feel like their popularities, why people would like them, I understand, right? Like, for instance, I'm not a huge Kim Daeun fan. I'm not a huge Kang Ye-seo fan or a Ezaki Hikaru fan, but at the same time, I understand why these people are popular, right? With Hyuning Bae, I find that part lacking.
The reasoning, you mean?
Right. Like, logically, I understand, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's take that. Let's unpackage that. Right.
Right.
What Warren is trying to say is, if you take out external factors from the show, right? External factors affect a lot of kids on the show. Suruchi, Fuyaning, the social media posts they had clearly affected what happened in the end, right?
Yes.
Additionally, someone like Yujin had a positive thing because she's in CLC. People know who she is. Therefore, it benefits her.
Right.
The argument for Hyuning Bae that the reason why a lot of people were up in arms about this is because they feel that, this is not my opinion, this is the feeling of a lot of people on the internet. They feel that her positive outside influence is not of her own merit. That's what it boils down to. The argument is that her brother is in TXT, her brother is popular, therefore that benefited her. And then within the show, they felt that she didn't do enough personally to be this high in the rankings. That is the overarching broken down argument of the people who are angry that she got into the final group or second.
Yeah, and maybe you don't identify with that opinion. I personally do. I'm not angry about it. I want to clarify that. Right, I'm not angry about this, but I do think that I'm not persuaded as to why Hyuning Bae is in the group. Because if you think about her presence on the show, it's been slightly lacking. I don't quite remember a moment where I go, oh yeah, that's the Hyuning Bae moment. Whether that be the narrative, the plot, or whether that be the singing, or whether that be the dancing. I remember she was there in a couple of the other stages, but at the same time, I failed to find the moment where, yes, that is why people like Hyuning Bae. And I've been doing a K-pop podcast for 3-4 years now. It's at this point where we've done several audition shows, where we've gone through several different idols. It's sometimes easy to pick out why certain idols are popular as they are. Whereas Hyuning Bae, I'm not able to find a different argument other than she has a very popular brother, and that fandom, and then the fandom of Hyuning Bae have a very big overlap, which is in the general scope of Girls Planet 999. I don't think is a huge issue.
No.
Right?
No.
She has an advantage. She used it to her full extent.
You have to.
That's good. Right.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not her. It's not her fault that she had advantages. She just
Right.
No,
had them.
no.
You gotta use them. What are
Use
you gonna
your
do? Be like, I
resources.
shouldn't make the group because of this factor? No, of course
Right,
you gotta
right.
use it.
This goes straight back to my Harry Potter argument. You have a wand that can kill people. Why aren't you killing people with it?
Exactly.
She's right. Like, she's smart and she's good. That's really good. But now, in the general aspects, in the general career path of Kepler, right? My next question is, my next eyes are on this girl because I want her to do really well, right? Because myself included and other people as well, people are questioning, like her presence in the group, and my hope is that she can prove her presence in the group, her existence in the group, her position, right?
Because I've seen some supporters say like she needs time to practice and she needs time to get better because she hasn't been doing K-pop all that often. I've seen people say that. The thing is, she's debuting in like a month, right? Like it's on, it's happening, right? So well, I don't,
The thing is, at the end of the day, K-pop isn't always about best singing, best dancing.
For sure.
There are different ways to make sure that you are, what's the right word? There are several different ways to make sure that you are a worthwhile person in the group, right? And my best hope for this girl is that she is able to disprove all the disbelievers and the haters. Right. Yes.
I feel bad to an extent.
Right. At the end of the day, right? It's not her fault, right?
No,
it's not her fault that like there was the whole sim chip controversy, which you can look up on Google if you're interested. It's not her fault that Mnet decided to have a whole like a bit of a narrative where she was like calling her brother and she was like, oh, I'm like, that whole thing. That was kind of out of control, right? So what I'm trying to say is don't be a hater, right? Like
no, don't be like that, please.
Right. But at the same time, I think there is a bit of valid criticism that is being made towards certain people voting, right?
My personal opinion is I am completely fine with her being in the group. I just think that 2 was very shocking. That's my overall opinion.
The high rank.
The high rank.
Right.
Because if she had been like somewhere between 5 to 9, I'd be like, sure. She's in the group. It makes sense. But it was very shocking at 2 because everyone had expected Zhao Ting to be number 2. At least 2. And she ended up in 9th, which we can start
I was so scared.
Let's open this up a little then, right? Now.
A bit now, right? Yeah.
So Shen Zhao Ting got 9th. You're probably like, why the hell did Shen Zhao Ting get 9th? The reason why the voting was so crazy in the finale and there's so many Koreans in the group is because of that 50-50 system that we have been calling stupid the whole way. That's the reasoning for it. Essentially, global vote was fairly spread out evenly between kids of all different countries. The Korean vote, which got multiplied at least 10 times, people are estimating. So your 1 vote in Korea turned out to be 10 votes in this competition because they scaled up Korean to international. It turned out for the Korean vote that the Korean girls got a majority of those votes. And the other kids from other countries got a lot less in the Korean vote. That's just how it turned out. It's so drastic to the extent that, for reference, Bahia ended up with 525,000 votes, right?
Okay.
Of that, 42,000 is Korean. Chaehyun ended up with 363,000 votes. But 86,000 votes were in Korea. And she ended up in the point system beating Bahia. That is an extreme discrepancy. If it was just straight vote totals, Chaehyun is 9th. But because the Korean vote gets multiplied so much in the point system, she ends up in 1st. That's crazy.
And if you've been listening carefully to our podcast, this shouldn't surprise you. We've been saying it's stupid since day one.
This, yeah.
The whole cell system was stupid. This weighted system is stupid. And at the end of the day, I don't think there's a better solution either. That's the thing. It's stupid, but it's not like I can sit down and say, hey, Mnet should have done this instead of the other thing. No, my alternate suggestion would be don't do this.
Don't do the show.
No, I'm serious. I'm not even joking with that. Because, like, it's if you pay any attention to international relations between the 3 countries involved, Korea, Japan, and China, it's been just a shit show for a decade. It's been awful. It's been completely awful, especially with these 3 countries. And it's I don't know. I thought it was painfully obvious, just like day and night, that the Korean people would be voting for Koreans, right? Like the straight obviousness. And when you have that thing where on the other hand, people like Doug, for instance, doesn't have that kind of contextual bias here. He doesn't care, right? So so international people are obviously going to vote for whoever they want among the 3 countries. That's there. So you have this issue where if you do 1-to-1 weighting, the Korean people who vote for the Korean trainees who get voted by Korean people have a huge exclusive kind of advantage. And like going back to what I said earlier, there's not a better way to do this.
You
at
could have
all.
either. The only other way was to do straight vote totals. If you done straight vote totals, Fuyaning would have been 6th and Suruchi would have been 7th, and that would have knocked out Yeso, who would have been 10th, and Daeyeon, who would have been 14th. So for someone like Daeyeon, who ended up 14th, her Korea vote really pumped her up because she ended up in 4th.
That's a huge boost.
That's a huge, it's a 10 place boost because of the Korean weighting. That's nuts if we think
stupid.
about it.
It's
Because she
stupid.
is the second highest Korean vote total getter. So that's why she benefits so much. Overall, the composition of the group ended up as K6, J2, C1, right?
In terms of how many people are in the group, right?
How many are in the group? I think a lot of people were shocked that someone like Irina dropped so far. But even though we were talking
Yeah.
about it the last couple of weeks, how where's the one pick power, right? And then someone like Hikaru, Mashiro, and Zhaoting, all three international kids, are at the bottom of the group ranking.
Right.
It just turned out like that.
And like I touched upon this on the stream, but like people like Hikaru, people like Yurina, who was the other one that I mentioned? Like Mashiro to a degree as well. Actually, not really. Now that we know the results, so people like Hikaru and Yurina, I identified as people who had a very big advantage because they were identified as like the safe picks in terms of like who to vote for in terms of Japanese kids. Same goes for Zhaoting and how she suddenly became 9th place. In terms of this ranking system, or 5th place if you don't do any weighting, because like she early on had a very nice edit in the very early episodes of the show.
Yeah.
And outside of the show, people identify her as someone who doesn't have anything problematic in terms of politics. So she became that person you vote for because Mnet was like, oh, you have to vote for this many
Force
country
voting.
kids.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, you have to vote for 3 Chinese kids, 3 Korean kids, 3 Japanese kids, and there's no other way to do it. Which then you have a situation where, like, for instance, Joe off the streets could have been like, oh, I don't think I have any Chinese kids that I like, but hey, Xiaoting was kind of nice. I'll pick her. And now that we're in the one pick zone, she doesn't get any votes because all of those people who are like voting for Xiaoting or Hikaru or Yurina
Are
have
actually
been voting for
like they
just
might
casual.
be like a yes or one pick in reality. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. There is country politics going on. Clearly, I think that's a bit of a shame. I don't know. The results were. I think it ended up with the majority of the kids that people expected, though. At the end, I don't think anyone was too shocked. The placement was shocking, but the actual composition of the group, I don't think was terribly shocking.
Yeah,
most
I
people.
think at the end of the day, if I look at 9 kids that made the group, other than maybe like we could have used another Chinese girl in the group. Besides that, I don't think I have any other complaints, honestly.
I don't really have, I think
Yeah.
it's good that Bora gets to go back to Cherry Bullet because they're gonna
More
boost
popularity
their
there.
popularity significantly.
Right.
Some of the Chinese kids, Fuyaning, Suruchi, they came with some baggage coming in. I'm sure CJ's happy. Like, okay, assuming this is unrigged, they're probably happy that they got the controversial kids not in the group for the sake of the group. Someone like Irina, though, that was real shocking for a lot of people.
I did not see it at all. She was
Yeah.
on my list.
Okay. Real quick, I had 2 charts. Okay, so
We did a prediction game where you had to
we did a
predict the
prediction.
kids in the order. Anita
Right.
won it.
I
Crazy.
did.
By 2 points. She clearly won. Yeah.
She predicted 1st place correctly, 7th place and 8th place correctly.
Yep,
And
yep,
then
yep.
she had the entire lineup correct except for Bora and Urina.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I had 2 charts, right?
Uh-huh.
Because I had one based off of like stats and numbers.
Yep.
And then I had one where like, oh, that looks a little too harsh for reality. So I changed it up a little bit. And then if I look at the 30-ish people that participated through the Discord, my original chart is in 2nd place right after Anita. And then my new chart is in literally last place.
The one that you went on feeling instead of statistics. Yeah.
Can't let your heart tell you.
Man.
Okay. If we talk about Girls Planet as a whole, I've been talking to Mal about this because we've been playing New World a lot together. So we talk about this like an hour a day, essentially. We talk about Girls Planet.
Oh, still? Oh, yeah.
The issue with the show compared to other seasons, there was no fun fluff, really. Not a lot of it. Like, there's not a lot of personality this season. Other than the episode where they did the trip together, right? That trip out where they went in the four groups.
Odd.
In previous seasons, and maybe the morning mission in episode 1 or 2, that was about it. In previous seasons, they had like makeup people come in. They do funny things like that. They bring in a punching machine. They have an arm wrestling competition. People are trolling the entire time. They scare the contestants.
Yeah.
There's so many things that are like, they race, they run to pick the songs, you know? Like, there's so much stuff that the original produced series did that just added to the fluff, added to the fun of it. They showed a lot of behind the scenes kids doing crazy things like eating ramen at 4 a.m, you know? Like, there was just not a lot of fluff, not a lot of personality in the whole season.
I feel kind of divided. I kind of feel mixed about this. Because to a degree, I understand what you're saying. The big part of Produce 48 that made it entertaining for me, at least, was all the people that are awful and the memes it created.
I think that's okay. That's a fair thing to say.
No, that was funny, and that wasn't really here. And like, yes, people were bad, but like, it wasn't to the degree where like it was like, that's a meme.
And kids who were bad went home right after they were bad, typically on the show. Yeah.
And you know, on the other hand, it can also be made. The argument can be made that Mnet was trying to do a better job of creating a fair edit throughout the entire show. Whether they succeeded is arguable.
Yeah, that's arguable.
Diane's mom.
The Diane special.
Boy.
But like, that's the vibe I was getting overall with like them trying to fit in like every like stage within a set amount of episodes, that kind of deal, so that it has minimal impact in terms of like voting deadlines and stuff. That was less of an issue than it was in terms of Produce 48. But now I'm thinking maybe that came at the sacrifice and cost of making a funny show to begin with. Because at the end of the day, Girls Planet 999 that's not, I guess it's an actual audition, but I'm not an actual producer. I'm not an actual Planet Guardian. I'm just a Warren in my bedroom watching TV, and like, you know, like I need entertaining TV.
Yeah, it's entertainment.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
You remember, like in 48, Yenna trolling like every episode, like things like that.
Yeah,
it was just fun. Like, there was just crazy things happening on that show. And
I mean,
yeah,
I was gonna say maybe a cost for like a lot of the stuff that happened, the controversy that happened with Mnet and the Produce series, a lot of that might have been taken out of like that personality, that fluff, because they thought like, oh, this is how editors manipulated, right? This is how they made audience suggest or like prefer certain kids, right? Like their screen time, how it was divided. So I feel like maybe they were self-conscious in that sense, where like, we can't do that anymore because of what happened and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like there could still be a little bit more of a mix where there is a little bit more.
You know what
fluff.
they should have done? They should have every week released like a 20-minute behind the scenes video,
like extra
YouTube.
stuff. Yeah, that happens.
Like, not the actual show of fluff.
For
That's what
people
they
that
should have
want to
done.
see it, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Because
could
like,
happen.
it was distinctly missing. Like, Yurina and Zhaoting are apparently super close, but you couldn't tell on the show. Like, we knew Wonja and Suruchi were the funny kids, but we only saw them be funny like twice, you know? Like, I don't know, just things like that I missed, I would say.
I also feel like the community reaction was very different between Produce 48 and
People were not
show.
super hype like they normally are.
I can't really speak for the iFans. Maybe you can, Doug. But
iFans were hype. Yeah.
Were they hype?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. In Korea, at least, I think there was a lot of things that turned people away from this show.
Okay.
Like, there was, first of all, the competition internally was too strong. We had Street Woman Fighter, and then Show Me the Money.
Oh, for shows, yeah.
Right. These are literally shows that are competing for people's eyes. And then you have the other issue of people not watching TV anymore, which is a general trend that's, you know, ongoing every year. And then you had so much controversy before the show began. And like, for instance, people were like, oh, why is Mnet doing another idol competition show, which is clearly modeled off of Produce 48, which was clearly problematic. Then you had people coming in from different countries, and it was people made a controversy out of it back in Produce 48, because the Japan-Korea relations were not good. Then they decided to bring in Chinese kids, which the international relations there, not good either. So overall, I don't know. I feel like the context of this entire show, releasing and launching in Korea at least, was a recipe for failure. Like, you know what I mean?
I guess this also makes me wonder, like, based on like the domestic response, right?
Right.
Is it even a possibility for them to continue this with the boy season?
I doubt it.
I don't think so. I feel like I would be really surprised if they do.
My personal opinion is they need to rebrand.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Right.
feel like it should not have another thing.
Right. And look, I understand Girls Planet 999 is quite, literally the definition of trying to rebrand your current system. Yeah, you changed up the system a teeny bit. You introduced new elements. You changed up all the labels, right? You were a national producer, and now you're a Planet Master. You introduced international
Guardian.
votes to it. Right. Sorry, yeah, Planet Guardians. And look, I get all of that. But look, Mnet, you make a lot of cool shows. Sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're not. But this is a point where we need to rebrand a little bit. Kind of like how High School Rapper was starkly different from Show Me the Money. You know what I mean? They had a whole different system. Sure, they had performances. Of course they have performances. But like the way people are voted in, the way people, kind of compete, that was different. The system needs to change significantly and dramatically, I feel like, for people to be a lot more interested. And I feel like, regardless of all the controversies surrounding the show, this whole format has had a good run.
I agree.
Yeah. I think Island was a good attempt to try and kind of spice things up and change it up a little bit. And we saw a lot of success in the Western sphere.
And that's why they're bringing it back with a girl season.
Island
Right. I'm
2.
excited for that.
And they got an Emmy nomination or something, right? Yeah.
They
Boy.
did.
It's been a fun run. I think the show did drag at times, to be honest. I'm excited for Kepler. I will be supporting them. I know a lot of people were like really turned off at the beginning after seeing the rankings, but honestly, I think they'll come around.
Give it a
A
shot.
lot of people were like, no Zhao no stand. I could see why they were like that. The way we were fed Zhao throughout the whole season, but luckily she made it. At the end of the day, it is not the kids' fault. They are independent of what had happened in the voting. So do
Yes,
not blame
never
the kids.
blame them.
Blame
Yeah.
the game.
I'm just curious what Kepler is gonna have in terms of like concepting, like what character they're gonna
sure.
have. You know what I mean? Like,
Not super happy with the name. Not gonna lie.
I like the name.
Really? That's cool.
Okay, I know. Okay, you know what? You know what would have been the perfect name. The problem is there's a group called Gravity. If they had been called Gravity with a 9,
Oh,
that would have been the name,
My thought was
right?
like, just call it like Cloud9.
No, that's
No.
a video game company, Anita.
Oh,
wait,
is
there's
it
so many things named Cloud9.
Yeah.
Cloud9?
No, there's
But-
literally software
Word.
platforms named. There's like a cloud computing system called Cloud9. Do you want to be a cloud computing system, Anita? No, I don't
Hey,
think
Okay,
so.
it's the thing now going to the metaverse.
But Gravity with a 9. If there
That
was
would've
no
been
Gravity,
nice.
would have been legit, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
That would have been the perfect name. All right, so that concludes Girls Planet 999. It's been a long, arduous season. I'm happy for the Kepler. Let's hype them up. Let's support them. We'll take a break next week, and then we'll come back with more fire content in State of the Nation. But next week, some songs. We have Epic Stream Note on Butterfly 4 on Tuesday. Wonho, Ailey, Just Be Secret Number Wednesday. Park Ji-hoon and DKB on Thursday. Soul Me on Friday. And then on Monday, we have 2 a.m. and The Boys. But this has been SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. I am Doug, and I would like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons: Based, Mina, Shadow, Delmonic, Ellie, Jedi, Genki Boy, Goku Mama, Jacob, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniel, Malfiar, and J Parks. Tier, thank you for joining Social Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Malfiar, Max, No Bias Nuna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.